Ah, esto es un juego como de PC. Bajaré un poquito.
Well, it depends on the mood of the soul. Please tell me where I am.
Ya está bien así. Tranquilitos. Tutorial, no, nueva partida. Y si me queda callado, lo miro en YouTube.
Do you think he'll recover?
Sí.
I don't know. It's too soon to say. We should let him rest. He's been very feeble for weeks. He can't get up. He doesn't speak. Do you think we should call a doctor?
Call a doctor? Here?
You're right.
Yeah.
Let's just hope he wakes up one of these days.
Okay. Doctor, please, help me. Oh,
Come on, my friend. Hang on. Don't give up.
Get up, get up. Ah, esto. Sí, esto lo voy a editar en un minuto en un short. Ya tengo aquí un short. Apenas un short.
Wake up, Michael. Come on, you have to wake up.
Okay, I get up. ¿Quién eres? ¿Quién está ahí? ¿Dónde estás? ¿Dónde te escondes? ¿Qué estás sucediendo? ¿Qué es este lugar? Por favor, responde.
What's happening? What is this place? Please, tell me.
Please, Michael, wake up.
Me
Wake
llamo
up.
Oscar. No soy Michael. Soy Risado.
This silence and this darkness. Where am I?
Where? What? I don't.
I can't remember.
Claro, no remember.
Where are you?
¿Dónde te
Where are
escondes?
you hiding?
Michael, please wake up. You have to wake
Get up, get up.
Michael? Is that my name?
No,
Please tell
soy
me where
Oscar.
I am. I can't remember anything.
In the guerra, in the wall.
Who are you? Who's
Michael,
that?
get up, seguro.
Wake up, Michael. Please wake up. Wake up now.
Y despierta.
Don't go! Please! Come back!
Come back.
Come back! This silence. This darkness. This
Darkness.
emptiness.
It's empty, ok. Ah, una mochila. Una maleta. ¿Qué tengo en la maleta? Ah, ya está, ya está. No tengo nada. Hey, hola. Vale. ¿Y qué? Un campo lleno de ratas. Ratas. Ah, has despertado.
Good morning. I hope you're feeling better.
But...
Now, don't be alarmed. I'm glad you feel strong enough to get out of bed. That's wonderful news. I must say, you're looking much better, considering what you've been through, of course.
Who are you?
Ah, yes, of course. Forgive my manners. You've been with us for so long that I forgot that you don't know who we are. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Rod Atkinson. Well, I was the director of the Municipal Property Registry before, well, you know,
What?
before the world collapsed on us.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Atkinson. But... where am I? What is this place?
You are in what I venture to call our home. Our humble, hopefully temporary home. This is one of the many trailers that make up the refugee camp. And believe me, we can consider ourselves lucky to live between these four walls. Most of the inhabitants of this hellhole, excuse my crude language, have nothing more than plastic tarps and cardboard for shelter.
Wait a second. Did you say refugee camp?
Yes, of course. The Facility for Temporary Accommodation of Disaster Victims is what they called it. You know, after the army declared martial law following the catastrophe. You look a little confused, if you don't mind my saying so. Do you really not know what I'm talking about?
I don't know. I'm afraid not. Let me ask you. Can you tell me what I'm doing here?
Yes, of course. I think we owe you an explanation. A few days after the Great Wave, we found you lying in a ditch near the airport. You were badly injured and unconscious. We couldn't just leave you there. Someone had already stolen your luggage and identification. It was awful. So we decided to take care of you ourselves and brought you here. You've been with us ever since. By the way, I should tell you that when we found you, your clothes were ripped to shreds, so we threw them away. The clothes you're wearing now are mine. You'll find more things in that wardrobe. If you need anything, just help yourself.
Thank you,
Thank you so much.
But from what you've told me, I see that you've saved my life.
Thank
I'm
you.
very
Thank you so
grateful,
much.
Mr. Atkinson.
Thank you so
No,
much.
please. You don't have to thank us. We just did what we had to. It's our moral obligation to uphold the ethical principles of civilization.
Vale, es una
in this
aventura
new
gráfica, sí.
world. But call me Rod, please. And, well, we also did it for Colin, you see.
Colin?
What kind of future does he face if we accept that it's every man for himself, that no one cares about anyone else? It's a terrifying prospect, don't you think? We're just doing whatever we can to avoid that future, that's all.
Colin?
Yes, Colin is our only child. Our one ray of hope since the catastrophe. I'm going to confess something to you. Colin is the only reason my wife and I still struggle to keep going in this new world. We would have given up a long time ago if it weren't for him.
Of course. I understand. So that was your wife's voice that woke me up a few minutes ago, right?
My wife? No, that's impossible. My wife has been with me in the other room the whole time. We haven't come out of there for hours. But I'm glad you're feeling better and are fully conscious now.
Thank you so
I guess
much.
we could say you've been reborn. And although
Hey,
the
Michael, I
circumstances
think.
aren't the best, simply being alive nowadays is practically a luxury. So, welcome to our home.
The Great Wave? What are you talking about?
Well, what would I be that damned, excuse my language, the origin of this filthy new world that now seems to be our permanent reality.
El COVID.
But do you really not remember? Do you really not?
I feel a little weak and dizzy, Mr. Atkins. I'm afraid I can't.
I see. There have been many cases like you. Well, there's one thing I can tell you. You can consider yourself fortunate. There's nothing nice to remember about recent time.
You said...
Ah, yes, of course. I still haven't properly... Now is a bad time, but I promise my wife and I sleep in the other room. And, well, little Colin sleeps with us.
Rod! Rod!
Please excuse me, but I have to leave you now.
No, wait, please. What's happening? Don't go yet.
I'm sorry, I understand that you have a lot of questions to ask me, but now isn't the time. Believe me. I promise to
Gemida
answer
o
each and every
censura, ¿no?
one of your questions in peace and quiet later. Sorry, but I have to go.
Censura, tú, que me
Rod,
censuran aquí
please,
en el,
quickly!
en el Twitch.
Okay, all right.
Now that you're feeling better, you can go out and take a walk around the... But please, be very careful out there. The world you knew before. Heed my warning, don't touch anything. Don't talk to anyone. And don't get mixed up in anything. At least until someone explains to you how things work in this new world the Great Wave left us. Everything has changed so...
All right. Thanks for the advice.
Ah, one more thing before I go. You've been with us for quite a while now, and we don't even...
My name? Michael. My name is Michael.
Very pleased to meet you, Michael. We'll talk again later.
Michael. That's what that disembodied voice called me. That must be my... Wake up, Michael.
That's all she said. Leaving me in this immense void where I can't remember anything. Great wave? New world? Refugee camp? But what the devil could have happened out there? I think it might be a good idea to go out there and take a look.
Ah, unos zapatitos. Ah.
Well, look at that. When I pulled back the sheet, part of it got torn on the spring sticking out of the bed frame. I hope Rod doesn't notice. The bed frame under the mattress is so battered, turned into a depressing sight. This is the bed where I've been convalescing all this time. This spring stick... The old closet Rod told me about. It's funny. With the glass and the door shattered, like a photo ripped into little... Impossible. It's locked. I'm afraid my host forgot to unlock it before he left. With the glass and the door broken, and that I doubt anything's been baked in this oven.
¿Una rata?
Nothing edible. It's only the... There's a very worn old notebook hidden under the lid. It looks like someone stashed it here some time ago. It's an old accounting ledger that still has a few blank... From what's written in here, it looks like someone before ripping out almost all its pages and...
No, está, al menos está en español esto.
A pile of frying pan... Ugh. A pile of frying pan... Ugh. This place smells... Impossible, I'm afraid. Good God, what the hell happened here? Rod was right. I don't know what hit this place, but whatever it was, it struck into its very foundations, without any mercy whatsoever. What's happening now?
You better hide, dude. Don't you know that it's dangerous to show your face when the cleanup brigades come into the camp? You're new here, aren't you?
Yeah, you could put it that way.
Well, welcome to your new home. I'm Hank, but everyone calls me the Hunter.
I'm... Michael. But what's going on up there?
Nothing, Mike, just routine. The cleanup brigades are taking away a sick person, a dissolved. You know how it is, just doing their job. Ironically, that house belongs to one of the camp moles. Those traitorous scumbags.
Brigades, dissolved, moles. I don't know what you're talking about. I can't remember anything.
Oh, I see, you're a blankhead. Well, you better get up to speed real quick if you want to survive here, Mike. Find me if you need help, dude. I can get you whatever you need. Doesn't matter where it is, how fast it runs, or where it tries to hide. That's why they call me the Hunter.
All right. I'll remember that.
Come back here! Don't take her away! Don't you know who I am? Come back here!
Oh.
They shot that poor man in cold blood. But why did they do that? Hey, Hank? I'm afraid he's gone.
Yo creo que me quiero una caravana.
The mattress still... I must have been lost. I'm not going to snuff out the... It's no use. It won't open. I heard Rod...
Pues nada, me tengo que ir. Me da miedo estar aquí, joder.
This tangle of metal was a driver's door once upon... Time has left these hinges bent and rusted. There's no way I'm going to be able to break open this door with my bare hands. It's the lot outside Rod's trailer. Something tells me... A supermarket shopping cart full of this individual who looks like a bum, and the swarm of insects fluttering around him. He must be one of the inhabitants.
Hey, maestro, ¿qué pasa?
Ouch! Damn it! I managed to rip open the sole of my...
Hey, it's not a good idea to walk around.
Yeah.
The tip is yours to keep. But if you come near my things, you're a... Wait, I recognize you.
Yes, I am.
Of course I do. You owe him your life. Don't doubt that would do what he did for you.
Yes, I'm very... But tell me, can I... This shooting. Could you explain to me?
Explain what exactly? Someone got too chatty. There's usually a pact of silence in the camp. But in this case, the dissolved was a relative of one of...
But they shot a man.
Yes. The price of human life has gotten a lot...
Did you say...
Of course, the dissolved. But what the hell's wrong with you? Let me give you a piece of advice about them. Even if they don't give you that deadly disease or drive you you saw it with your own eye.
A camp mole?
A spy. A stool pigeon. It's in the... And so they pay some of the inhabitants to feed them info. Who comes in? Who goes up? They're scumbags. But very well paid scumbags. Never trust a mole. They'll do anything to have...
Okay.
You're welcome. But stay away...
I've been hearing about an enormous...
What kind of question is that?
Well, you could...
The Great Wave is the entire world went to hell in a...
Confined?
Refugee camp. It seems like things on the other side of the... Look around you. Does this look... It's an army detention camp. And you're a prisoner. Once you... You'd never be able to get through the gate. Doesn't matter who you might have been before the old world collapsed. If you're just a camp rat, I'm afraid I don't know.
Of course I do.
You can keep the words.
I've been able to see that with my own...
Okay, the Great Wave hit us one Friday afternoon right out of the blue. I remember it. I'd made a lot of money from a very fat... First, we felt the ground quaking, as if a volcano was about to erupt. Then came the explosions. Glass broke. Buildings toppled. In just a few hours, that damn Great Wave set us all with our businesses.
The Dark Ages?
Of course! In a matter of minutes, we were left with no... And after the initial chaos, the dissolved. That stupid breach up there that no one in this hell... The fact is that the remains of the old system only held up for a few...
The New World.
Yes, indeed. You catch on. Welcome to the futures.
Tell me about Rod.
Well, I don't know him very well, but did you know that before coming here, he was someone important, but they're not good enough to get that stupid...
Stupid dude.
Well, you know how it is. Rod, he has helped a lot of people in the camp. I reckon that he's too weak for these times.
You said he had a son. A pretty good reason.
Ah, yes, Colin. I haven't seen that...
I don't know. I still haven't seen him.
Well, I'm glad he's not anywhere near me.
Well, I'll...
Just be...
A bunch of shacks. I can't imagine how it must be. But what's happening? What is this? What the hell's going on here? Good God. I think I'm starting to lose my mind. No. I think it would be better to go back inside the trailer and try to take...
A ver.
I don't see anything here that could... The oil lamp is the only... Better not fool with it. I might end... Use this here? How? It's no use.
Vale, entiendo.
It's an unframed snapshot. Stuck to 2 adults and a child, smiling at the camera. A depressing sight. This is the bed where I've been The bed frame under the mattress is so bad, it turned into a... I just don't see it. Impossible, I'm afraid.
Listo.
A pile of frost. Vale,
esto es una...
There's nothing left in there.
Ah, pues para afuera.
The halves, but now... Someone improvised. Although the smoke starts to irritate the lung, it seems like the...
Hey, you! Don't even think of putting your paws on that shopping cart! Stay away from my stuff!
Okay,
Hey, you! Don't stay away!
Okay. That's Rod's wife. I heard her calling. She looks worn out with those dark circles under her eyes. That must be little Colin, Rod's son. Was that him I heard moaning in pain? Rod seems upset and worried. From here, it looks like one of those I'd say that it's been reused. It's hard to see clear. On the other side is the room where Rod...
Bien, te voy a tirar una tapa a la ventana.
I don't see anything here that could...
¿Dónde voy? No sé por qué te...
It's no use. I'm afraid I can't do that. I'm not going to snuff out this oil lamp. I don't see anything here that could be covered. If I want to open up the closet, this isn't the way. The old closet Rod told me about. It's funny. With the glass and the door shattered, like a photo ripped into little pieces. It's an unframed snapshot. 2 adults. The ground in this lot is full. If you want to avoid No. I think it would be better to go back inside the trailer and try to take care of this. Time has left these hints. There's no way I'm going to be. I don't see anything here. I don't see anything here that could be covered. I'm afraid there's already way too. Let's see. I could swear that the lid is just the right size for this drum. Perfect.
Damn it! What's going on? This damn shithole is going to be the end of us.
I'll have to do this quickly, before this man... Well, let's see what we have
They
here.
mean to kill us all. That's what they
Ugh.
want.
I don't see anything but rotten food, tattered clothes, and trash. Wait a minute. It seems like there's also a small billfold with a bunch of credit cards.
They mean to kill us all. That's
What the hell is this guy doing with so much plastic money? This guy's in no condition to hold a...
They mean to kill us all. That's what they want.
Let's see if I can do this. Good. The mechanism gave way on the first try, but the car is trashed. For my sake, I hope that guy outside never finds out about this.
No creo.
Not just yet. It won't take more than a few hours for the wound on my foot to turn really ugly. A high-proof whiskey. The bottle was hidden in... I suppose that despite his apparent strength. White, fold, but this pillowcase is the nicest thing I've seen. What for? I'd only end up with... Why change the sheets? I've been lying there for months, so I'm hoping... I took it out of here. Why would I want to put it back? Not just yet. I'm grateful to Rod for his hospitality. It won't take more than a few hours. I took it out of here. I'm not going to waste the whiskey on it. That would only make a puddle in the closet. And those shoes wouldn't be much cleaner than they are now. No question. So no. The pillowcase is quite large. It's not going to fit in. Open or closed. This closet transmits the same sensation and the rest of the refuge. Okay, let's see how well this protruding bed spring can cut. I'll use a little of what's in the bottle to soak the bandages. Here goes. I'll use the bandages on my foot. I hope the alcohol is enough to keep it from getting infected. Let's pray this improvised remedy doesn't lead to a delightful case of gangrene.
What bastard put a lid on the drum? You're trying to suffocate me, you bunch of assholes!
I think that guy out there just discovered the reason for a sudden coughing fit.
Some coward in this shithole wanted to suffocate me! Me! Who was it? Who was it? Come back here so I can give you back your lid, you son of a bitch!
Did you hear that noise, Rod? What's going on?
Yo voy a dormir.
I don't know. I'll go have a look. I think it's that poor drunk who's always hanging around the trailer. He's kicking up a fuss again. It's a good thing poor Colin can't hear his insults.
Don't ever say anything like that again, Rod.
I'm sorry, honey. I wasn't thinking.
Esta mía. Ven aquí.
What are you doing here? Get out of here! You've no business being in this room!
Rod, I'm sorry. But what's going on?
Get out of here, Michael! You didn't see anything, understood? Out! Out!
Oops.
Excuse my outburst, Michael. I shouldn't have behaved that way. It's not like me. But it's just that I can't stand to see Colin suffer this way.
Away?
It's no use trying to hide it. You're bound to find out, and the authorities claim his illness is...
Highly contagious? Is he one of the dissolved?
Michael! I won't let any... Yes. Colin...
And what exactly does...
I don't know, Michael. The only news is what the army brings us. They say the disease is highly... But no one has ever come back after being carried off in one of the...
Yes, of course I understand.
They say that all the victims are condemned. That at the end of their suffering and their I think that even the army is afraid of the victims. Really strange things you would...
But how did Colin...
We don't know. The only thing we know is that the disease appeared...
So the Great Wave brought...
Yes, but don't use that word again. Not in this house, anyway. It's so In effect, that's the only thing we know for sure about all this
What things happen around people?
Strange things. In their trances, they go places, Michael. They bring back And we've been living like this for weeks. The things that are
Talking to the dead? Jesus. What's happening to Colin is terrible. If only there was something I could do.
Well, Michael, I'm convinced that our finding you was...
But you said yourself that all the victims...
No, all is not lost. It seems that in the city, on the other side... But we can't get it here. And my contacts out there, well...
So there's a
Yes, but they say... And so it's reserved for city dwellers. Get us that drug, Michael. Colin's time...
Getting involved looks...
Infection? Are you... Without our help, you'd be dead. What's more, I could help you in return. I could help you get back...
Give me back what I lost?
I know the essential part, Michael.
Blankhead?
A blankhead is a person with no... It seems that the Great Wave had an enormous or even the worst case. There are people who even forgot how to... Some ended up dying of starvation. They forgot what food looked like. You can consider yourself lucky. You still remember the natural recovery process is slow. Listen to me, Michael. A man without is just a shadow. Or even worse, he's no... I still have some contacts out there. I could trace your name, your data in I could restore your whole life in the blink. But please.
I'm grateful for your help, Rod. And for everything you people have done for me.
Listen to me, Michael. We know that it's... In fact, my wife and I have everything... Our child is the only thing that keeps us holding on. So if there is even the slightest chance of save... Please, Michael. For God's sake...
Rod, come in here.
Bring us that cure, and we'll help. Colin is our only hope in this new world. Help us save our... Goodbye,
No, Rod, wait. Bring a drug? Is he out of his mind? That man, I can barely remember who I am. But Rod was right. A man without a past. He offered to help me get my life back. My memories. So if I to get that drug.
Pues... Me voy.
Wait a minute. Before leaving, I should write down everything important it might come in handy, if, as Rod says, I'm one of the blankheads. Can I ask you a few questions?
I'll answer anything you want.
Well.
Just be sure.
Hello.
Hello, son.
Thanks, mister. This is a rather isolated part of the camp.
Well, that's all.
You're waiting. And what is it you're waiting for?
Nothing in particular. The usual. I'm waiting for something to I'm just waiting. You're too...
It's starting to get cold.
Yes, I had a tent once. They issued me one when the trailer was out of the question. They went to the families with the best you know how it is.
You say that you decided to enter the camp.
Oh, no. Of course, the catastrophe hit the city hard. Those of us who had lost our homes. In principle, it was temporary. Just... We used to have food.
But now it's more like a prison camp than a refugee center.
I don't really know. The new housing they promised us never got built. Then the food ran out, and nobody bothered to replace them. Seems like our...
I see.
In town, things in here without any notice. One day they just... Well, actually people still... Now, this is where anyone who gets in the way in the city...
So, this has turned into a concentration...
That's right, son. You know, it's funny. I remember when... About all the persecution, that all sounded to us like an old... And look at us now. I guess some things... For us to forget about them.
And where's your tent now?
It was stolen from me a while.
Stolen? But how...
You seem to be... These things happen nowadays. It's best to take things as they come. The reality of the new world. And the hunter and his men run the black market and all the dirty rackets. I suggest you memorize all.
The hunter? I've exchanged a few words with... Yes. The man who protected me during all the shooting. He seems like someone... Do you know where I can find him?
You can find him in those barracks at the back. That's his... Now, the hunter is very dangerous. I happened to meet his father when he was young. He was a... And I'm afraid his son has...
Let's talk about... So tell me, is there...
I'm sorry, son. The only way to get out of this camp is to... Or to become a camp mole. Those I'm not surprised you want to get out of this shithole. You've no doubt. Well, they say things are better in the city. But who knows? Well, at least they have Reverend Blake.
Suicide?
Nah, just a song that drifts into the refugee camp from the other side. We could sit and when the sun departs from suicide. I'm sure you still have some hopes, some dreams.
Who's Reverend Blake?
He's a preacher, sometimes comes from the city. Now, some people make jokes about him, but many of us believe his words etch themselves deeply.
And what was the extent of the Great Wave's impact?
Truth is, I couldn't tell you. In the first days, the chaos, we victims were disoriented, cut off from the world. Then I'm afraid you'd have to leave here to...
I should be going on my way. Someone placed a bunch... Ugh. Oh, Jesus. Okay, here goes. It's impossible to budge these drums at all. I don't know what they contain, but whatever it is... These drums are full and sealed. He's behind the bar, and he serves the drinks. Now, I don't claim to be clairvoyant, but I'd swear this guy's...
What are you having, pal?
Nope, I'm afraid I...
That's no problem here. We accept anything of value. That excludes...
Interesting place.
No, pal, don't get the wrong idea. This belongs to the hunt like every other business enterprise here inside. He's the head.
I see. What do you sell here?
Anything you can eat or drink. Anything that fits into a box or for other types of goods. What do you need? Liquor?
At the moment, I don't need anything like that. I saw a bunch of barrel...
Nothing. Just some... Take my advice, pal. Keep your nose out of the hunter's...
Okay. The cheerful patrons of the bar. But I can't tell what kind. I don't think he can either. The cheerful... But I don't think he... It's a bunch of open... I'm not sure why. But I find the smell of stale alcohol they give off... Stain from spilled drinks. The bartender looks out from the other side. The speaker is... Someone went to all the trouble of taking... just to turn it into a tacky bar table.
Mike, my friend. Guys, this is my friend. He's new around here. We met at one of the cleanup Pull up a seat and have a drink.
Something tells me I shouldn't accept that drink. Not anymore. No thanks. I don't drink.
Okay, Mike. Whatever you say. At least, not in my own. So tell me.
Tell me.
That's a good question. You know my real name is Hank. But now I'm the hunter. Because I can find you what you want, when you want it. The new world gave me a new name.
A new life?
Yeah, a new... But I think in a way, you and I are similar like. It was the Great Wave. The Great Wave that the old world was a messy, complicated, and unjust place. When all the old laws disappeared, you gotta do what you got. And that's the universal law that puts...
You gotta do... Sounds like a handy way to justify even the indefensible. Yes, Hank.
I knew it. I knew you'd get it. But don't call me Hank. I told you.
A friend of mine is in
a friend of you. Friendship is important, Mike. The camp is a very tough... Do I know? I see. Well, look, dude. I've heard something about that cure. But I don't know if it's true. Sometimes desperation leads to wish... But if that drug exists...
Where?
There's a small medical center on the outskirts of the city. I'd bet my bottom dollar that's where they keep anything. If you can find a way out of this hellhole, that is. And you know I like you, dude. Let me give you a... Stay away from those untouchables. From the...
What more can you...
Only what the authorities say. And that's all I know. The disease is fatal. And they say you can catch it just by... That's why they have to get rid... Have you ever seen one of those poor suckers?
No.
Well, you're lucky, Mike. I don't recommend it. It goes something like this. After weeks of drifting in and out of their trance, the pain makes them kick and scream like pigs in a slaughterhouse. That's why they gave it that name.
But that's terrible.
On the contrary, dude, those bastards spread the plague. Anyway, you know how it works. The cleaner who helped them with their mission of...
And can't you get...
I don't get mixed up in things like that. Helping or hiding the dissolve. Not even collaborators are free from... You saw what happened to that mole.
What are you talking about?
That's camp slang. The inhabitants of this shithole call anyone with a... They can blow your head off right on the spot within...
I should be good.
Fine, Mike. Remember, dude, here we can get... No question.
I'm not really... A clandestine dive, which at the same... A nice place to hang. This bright light leaves no doubt about... There are some insects fluttering that end up getting scorched by... In the distance, you can see the sky, from what people say. An enormous rusty tank designed. Everything indicates that the Great Wave wiped, at least on this side of it. This noisy electric jam, but it works.
Hey, keep your hands away from that thing, pal.
Okay, I just wanted to see it up close. There's no... Cars, machineries. This place is a... Two guys entertaining themselves by playing, even though there are only a few coins on the table. I'm afraid neither of them likes loot. Good hand?
Not bad. But you know what they say. The important... If you've come to be with the girl, where's the money? If you haven't, quit bothering us.
Hello, Mr. Sleepyhead.
Excuse me?
You're Mr. Sleepyhead. I saw you. I'm so glad you're awake.
Mr. Sleepyhead?
No, you're just... My name is...
There's something odd about this girl. It's true that she's very young, but she talks like a little girl. Nice to meet you, Rose. So...
Of course. Well, when they left... Rod and his wife have been very nice to me. We're very good friends. Are you...
Yes. I wasn't asleep.
No, you weren't. Like a big brown... Sometimes I used to watch you sleeping in Rod's house. A great big lazy bear, Mr. Sleepyhead. But I'm glad you're awake now. You sound like a knight. Do you want me to tell you a secret, Miss?
Of course.
I have your old clothes. The ones you were wearing when they were going to throw them away. He'll be cold now that winter...
Your baby?
Yes, I have a baby. But he's not... Have you seen him? I have another secret to tell you.
Back in the van, Rose. Move your ass.
Another secret? Just a minute.
Get in that van.
It's a very important secret, Mr. Sleepyhead. Something... But first I have to find my baby.
Come on, Rose, you heard me.
I have to go.
Poor girl. She's obviously mentally ill. She's just a little girl in a grown-up's body.
And you? If you want to go in there with her, you gotta pay like... Hey, you talking to...
That poor girl's not right in the head. She acts like a little...
Rose is an adult. She's earning a living.
Mind your own business, pal.
You're abusing a poor...
Us? Taking advantage of Rose?
We're giving her room and board. But she's gotta work. That's the only thing we...
Bring us the money, then you can get in the... Hey, do us a favor and spare us all that sanctimonious crap from...
Is that an
Yeah, in this hellhole, you can count them on the fingers of one...
Nowadays, you can't buy generators like this anyway. And with the power grid all blown to hell, you can bet that one of these is...
We use it to light Rose's room. We like... So don't get too close to it. These things... And they have a bad habit of getting low.
Let me into the...
Of course, it's none of our business what you want to do.
Got any money?
No.
Then come back when you do and quit ball. We have the very best...
The girl said something about a secret involving... It seemed important. Maybe it was a product of her madness. I'll come back with the money.
Now that sounds
I don't have any... Better not. If these guys are unpleasant...
Yeah.
I prefer to hold on to it. I think this will be more you...
Hey, what?
Let me into the van.
Of course, it's not
a thick wall of scrap metal. It's a good 20 feet high. A small military, so narrow that the soldier on duty can... It's the trio of soldiers who guard. They're as violent and unyielding as the bar. Maybe this leather saddlebag contains tools or, well, I'm sure I could drive it. I have no...
Hey, Rat, I don't think that motorcycle belongs to you. Or at least...
Are you one of those people who have no respect for private property, Best?
I'm beginning to get an idea. I'm stepping away.
Hey, Rat.
Are you one of...
I'm stepping away.
Where do you think you're going, Rat? No one leaves here without a pass, unless it's with a bullet.
Yes, and we can take care. Come on, stick your neck out. We could use a little...
What's the matter, Rat?
I think it's best if I get away from the gate. Sorry, guys. I'm not... You say that I can...
Only soldiers and moles have passes for... And you don't look like either one. So get...
Well, sometimes we can make an exception. But only if the person who... And why exactly do you want to leave? What did you lose on the other...
So...
Yeah, it could be. What do you care? If you're gonna die...
Get the idea of leaving right out of your head. Unless you want to take a walk in Suicide Park. Do you want to become a...
Now quit I got an idea. Why don't you bring your friend and his...
Really?
Of course, Rat. We love target practice.
Yeah, we'll give you a few...
I get the impression I'm talking to two arms. Unbelievable. Who put these guys? I'm afraid it doesn't seem like such a good idea. Nice motor.
It is, isn't it? It's ours.
You don't have the authority to touch it. Or point...
Dare to touch it with your grubby hands. And your...
Okay. But why are you...
Well, did you hear that? Let me ask you something. If you people living in build your houses out of garbage and eat garbage...
We're in charge here. The ones with the rifles. That, see all those dark stains on the wall next to the barbecue?
Yes.
They're the guts and brains of rats like you who forgot the golden rule. We're in charge here. That's pretty easy to grasp, isn't it? And that gives us some more motivation. So, how's your memory?
My memory? That's funny, but there's nothing amusing about it. My memory works well enough to remember who's in charge here.
You catch on fast. Now get...
I won't bother you.
Get...
The wall of shame. This wall looks like it's witnessed a good number, to say nothing of murder. A pool of blood mixed with mud marks the spot where that man... It gives me the chills. They may be able... Nothing of interest. The floor... But wait a minute. I think I can see something...
Hey! You filthy rat! We've got nothing left for you to steal. Go...
No, you've got it all... But wait a minute. I recognize you.
Yes? My name is Misha. And that man...
But what happened?
It's all your fault. All because of you camp rats. One of you. And those army pigs opened fire without even caring. Or how hard my...
So the lady the cleanup brigades took away from this house...
That was my mother. Damn filthy rats. It was you people that brought...
Why is everything...
They left us nothing. Those envious rats. They'd been hanging around waiting for days. It seems like those bums have a sixth sense about when they saw my husband injured and lying on the ground. And looted...
Bums? Envious rats?
Them! Everyone living here in this camp. What we have, our privileges...
So they envy you because your husband...
Don't call him that! He collaborates with the forces of law.
And in his collaboration with law enforcement wasn't turning in...
Shut up! Shut up! You're just like the rest of the... And what are the three of us gonna do when my husband's gone? We'll lose everything! We have 2 children. And in this camp, envy eats away at everybody. Now we'll be outcasts. Winter will come. Our money will run out. Those 2 brats wear me down with their antics. I have to but they're my children. And none of...
How is your husband?
He's badly injured. One of the bullets went through. He's really suffering. He's in... If we at least had some morphine...
What privileges are you...
As a collaborator, my husband always received special treatment from the army. More generous rations of food and water. And now all of that. We won't be able to leave the camp. When he dies, we'll die locked up in...
Listen, Misha.
And just how are you?
There's something important I urgently need to get from the other side while I'm out there. I could also get... I've heard that things are better in the city. But first I need to get out of the...
Like I told you, my husband, I could lend it. I don't trust you. I don't... Beat it!
If I want to get my identity back, I need that drug for the... I have to do whatever it takes to gain this woman's trust. Listen to me. I'm not just another camp rat. You told me you were worried about winter coming. Let me help you. Then will you trust...
I don't know. Bring me the food first. First you bring me food for my children.
I'll do it. She wants me to get her some food, but she didn't say anything. She wants me...
Sí, unas gatitas.
It doesn't seem like... Some of the drawers have been torn out of this old... Now they're torn apart and... It's one of the drawers. A pack of filter cigarettes trapped under the drawer. Or perhaps wasn't. While she's here in the room, that woman is not... If I get close enough, I can... He seems to be writhing in pain from the gunshot. Clothes, knick-knack, there's no question. Someone knocked over that enormous bookcase, and considering what it must have weighed. It's an old wooden pallet those kids painted the target on. That must be that strange phenomenon in the sky I've heard people talking. God is urging his angels to punish us through the wound. One of the many sentry towers surrounding. There's a sniper, armed to the teeth and itching to shoot something. The view from here is incredible. Until you get a look from this height, it's impossible to get an idea of the true size. A pile of stones and it looks like they do just fine. I'm not gonna pick them up. I'm sure it took the kids a long time. Besides, I bet my aim. These kids must be isn't it awfully late for 2 kids? Hi, kids.
Hello, sir.
What are you up to?
Someday we'll get those.
How awful. These children must have seen the cleanup brigades. Poor kid. And how is the target practice going?
Bad at the moment. We need a real target, or we'll never be able.
Yeah, we need. Hey, quit talking to that rat. You know what Mom and Dad say about. Leave my brother alone.
Yeah, you're not one of.
Hi, kids. How's the target?
Bad at the moment. We need a real target. Or...
Yeah. Hey, you know.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now we'll really be.
So now you say.
No, I'm not.
Hello, Michael.
So tell.
We have to get revenge. Where those pigs shot our dad.
Mom said we'll never.
Damn pigs! My brother and I.
But when they were Dad's friends, you used to say you wanted to be a soldier when you grew up.
Shut up! I wish I could reach those watchtowers with my...
Yeah, wouldn't that be...
Something tells me that a little commotion along... It's pretty late.
Hey! We have to practice our marksmanship. It's not like we have anywhere else to go.
Nowhere else to go? So you don't go to...
There is no school.
Our mom says we don't need it anyway. We're big, and someday we'll be very important people. That's why we don't hang out with the other kids. Our parents say they're rats. They'd be...
Yes, we're going to be brave and strong.
Of course you will. I need your help.
How can we help?
I have to get something from inside your house. It's something... But your mother is very agitated. It's a mission.
What do you want us to do?
I need you to get your mother out of the house for a few minutes. Just... Do you think you can do...
Of course.
I'll owe you. I promise to give you...
Okay,
a mission.
I'm not gonna pick the side. Some of the drawers, now they're torn. Better not. I have no interest in going in. One of the looted, nothing of interest. An open pack of filter cigarettes. And it's half... That's funny. I can't remember whether or not I... Let's see. I'm not surprised that the contents of this bookcase are still...
Oh, my head! What the hell's going on? Oh, God! My head feels like it's gonna explode!
Michael, please, help us! Help us! Please, remember, Beechwood Oracle.
Repent! It's the sun! Was it our fault? Did we do it? Yes! We did it!
Enough! Please! Enough!
Please, Michael, help us. Only you can do it. Remember, Beechwood Oracle.
Good God. What are these images? And that woman's voice. It's the same one that woke me up in the trailer. I'm trying. I'm trying to remember. And stop tormenting me.
I hope Rod helps me find some answers. If not, I'll go mad. Absolutely mad.
Deja esto aquí. No.
A quick glance at these tents is enough to make you realize, confined against their will. I doubt I could use the package. I don't think I'd get...
Hi, Mike. So what?
Do the word...
What is it?
I don't know. Someone told me... I should be going.
Fine, Mike. Remember, dude. No question.
Damn.
Hi, Mike.
I should be...
Fine. Remember, no question.
Hello again.
I saw a bunch of...
Nothing. Take my...
Okay. I'm not really... Hello, mister. Are you still waiting?
I still am.
I should be...